detectives of America, and welcome back to Mysteries Unsolved. I'm your host, Caitlyn Greenway.
And I'm your spectacular co-host, Camden.
Mysteries Unsolved is the show where we decipher unsolved mysteries from throughout history. Continuing from our last episode on mysteries in France,
Today we'll be covering the story of Germain, or as English speakers know as Count Saint-Germain.
Count Saint-Germain was a French alchemist who had a vigorous interest in science, philosophy, and the arts. He is believed by many to have cheated death through alchemy.
First, let's start from the very beginning. Saint-Germain was born in 1712 in Saraspatic, Hungary.
It is believed that he was born to the widow of Charles II of Spain, Marie Anna of Neuburg, and Count Adenera.
Although some accounts say he was born to the son Francis Rákóczi II, Prince of Transylvania, other accounts say he was alive in the time of Jesus and attending the wedding of Cana. He was also said to be present at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD.
While it is almost uncertain where his origins began, historians can now agree on his love for alchemy, the mystical science that strives to control the elements. Saint-Germain's end goal was to create a potion that would impart mortality on those who drink it.
Count Saint-Germain holds a quality of suspicion of him having discovered or invented this potion.
Saint-Germain first came into high society of Europe in 1742. He just spent years in the Shah of Persia's court when he learned the jeweler's craft.
He baffled the royals and the rich with his incredible knowledge of science and history. He was also a virtuoso violinist and an accomplished painter, as well as having a few other hobbies on the side.
Although his astonishing talents and abilities may already make him a remarkable man as is, an anecdote from 1770 raises an eyebrow. In Paris that year, Countess von Gregory had heard that Count Saint-Germain has arrived for Madame Pompadour, mistress of King Louis XV of France.
She was confused because she had known Count Saint-Germain while in Venice in 1710. Upon meeting the Count again, she was astonished to see that he actually hadn't aged at all, and she asked him if it was his father that she had known in Venice.
Here's a reenactment of the scene just described. Reenactment time!
I believe I worked for you at the turn of the century.
Forgive me, but that's impossible. The Count Saint-Germain I knew was at least 45 years old on the outside, and you were that age at present.
I'm very old.
But you must nearly be 100.
That's not impossible.
And now, some insight from our renowned historian, Mr. Rutledge.
Hello. What up, what it do, detectives? Professor Rutledge here from Harvard University, and we're going to talk about the Count of Saint-Germain today. Saint-Germain created a stir of controversy during his lifetime in numerous ways, such as he was never seen eating or drinking in public, yet still remaining in perfectly stellar health. He told the infamous Giacomo Casanova of Italy that he only ate a secret type of food, which had kept him alive for over 300 years. That's insane. So contemporary food was not even necessary. He was also a strange figure, because he had no apparent means of wealth, but was never wanting to make friends with aristocrats and royals. In fact, Saint-Germain's closest friend was Prince Karl of Hesse Castle in the province of Schleswig-Holstein, the only man he ever visited and the only man whose house he chose to enter. This is most of what we know about Count Saint-Germain, and most stories should be taken with a grain of salt. He was a very secluded man, so there isn't much I can tell you past this. Most is just mere speculation. Peace out, man.
And we're back.
Now we're going to talk about Saint-Germain's sightings in the 18th century.
In 1750, he reportedly helped create the occult secret society, the Knights of Lights, for Frederick the Great of Prussia.
In 1757, he met Casanova in Paris and told him that he was 300 years old and that he had discovered an elixir that had stopped his aging while he was asleep. Casanova described him as a 40-something-year-old common man who entrances women with his endless anecdotes and supplied them with cosmetics. They meet again in The Hague in 1760, where he flees to UK to escape French agents for whatever reason. Casanova then adopted his name in Switzerland.
In London, the Count Saint-Germain then meets the magician, the conman Castriglio, who claims to have told him the secrets of Egyptian Freemasonry and ritual magic. At this time, he may have written his sole book, the Most Holy Trinithoth, a mysterious picture, a book of alchemy containing untranslatable codes.
He left London in 1762 and traveled to Russia. There in St. Petersburg, he claimed to help put Tsarina Catherine the Great on the throne as a French ally. And he's known in Russia as a musician.
Madame de Gregory claims to have known him from 1760 till 1775, dates confirmed by Casanova, but also claimed to have met him before in Venice in 1712 as the Marquis de Montfort, who was later to vanish. At both times, he appeared to be in his 40s. The Comet denied later meeting him in 1760.
He returned to London in 1777, staying there until 1780. Later rumors identify him with a friend of Benjamin Franklin called the Professor, a mysterious figure involved in U.S. independence.
Now, continuing on, we bring you the late 18th century of Count Saint-Germain sightings.
In France, Saint-Germain is known as a great scholar, musician, and socialite who dines but never eats and tells tales constantly. In 1774, he is said to have warned Marie Antoinette of a coming revolution.
Voltaire sarcastically called him the man who knows everything and never dies. He became a figure of humor and among the philosophies. Here's a scene just described. Reenactment time!
You, my friend, Saint Germain, unkillable and man of great humor.
You're correct.
Even though some accounts say Count Saint-Germain later died of
Pneumonia.
Camden has a real story.
So, a year after he apparently died, the Count was listed as a senior delegate for the French Masons at a meeting where an attempt is made to unify all of the occult lodges of France into a centralized network. It also served as a front line for the Illuminati infiltration of France. And then Count Saint-Germain was also cited by 6 different people on the streets of Paris in 1789.
Even in 1821, a British agent reported meeting a man called Major Fraser, whom he convinced was really the Count Saint-Germain. The Count was not heard of again until 1896 and 1897, when a man claimed of him and it was introduced to the Theosophist Annie Besant, and later into the occult diva Emma Calve.
In 1926, C.W. Ledbetter claimed to have met the Count. And in 1930, the mystic Guy Ballard also claimed an encounter in psychic transmission, whatever that means. He reveals that he was once an Atlantean high priest also.
Several impersonators of the Count were exposed in the 20th century.
It was later discovered that Saint-Germain at the Philalethes conference was Robert Francois de Saint-Germain, a Templar Mason, an associate of the Weimar Illuminati, who may have been the focus of some of the later sightings as well.
So who really is Count Saint-Germain? A spy master? Time traveler?
Is he still alive?
Do you guys see him around?
Is he Mr. Tyler?
Is he Jared Tyler?
Let us know in the comments below.
Make sure to subscribe.
Tweet us at David Dobrik.
Follow us on Instagram. I don't know what she's saying.
This is
add us on Snapchat. Make sure to turn on post notifications.
Merch link in bio.
Yeah, merch link in bio. Also download our app for iOS.
Mysteries Unsolved. This has been Caitlyn and Camden signing off. And before we go, you don't want to miss the exclusive behind-the-scenes thoughts and opinions from our tech crew. Today, we bring you Carolyn Germain, the filmer and editor of today's show on Mysteries Unsolved. Now, Carolyn, please tell me on what you think about today's episodes. What are your thoughts and opinions on Saint Germain?
I think that it just kind of makes me wonder, like, you know, where is Saint Germain? Is he still alive? Is he among us today? Are we all alive? Is this reality? Is this a dream? No one actually knows what's going on in our lives. So maybe he could still be out there.
Thank you, Carolyn, and thank you for filming today's show and editing today's show. This has been Caitlyn Germain signing off. That's Dewey. That's my bunny.
What?
We to stir up controversy.
Oh! Train us off. Train us off. Train us off.
Turn us off.
Only one. Only one.
Boy,
Wait, wait, wait.
France into a centralized.
3.
Vote it. I was gonna say both.
I thought we were going with the same year.